What's up, everybody? It's your local hero. Um, co-host can't be here. He got some obligations, but I got an episode for you guys. I'm here with the gentleman from the Cigar Buddha, and they're gonna help us achieve cigar zen out here. Um, I'm sitting here with my H Upman, a nail, smoking on that. Got me a Guinness. What are you gentlemen smoking on?
All right. Well, we're both smoking. We're both smoking our lounge cigar, the Indra.
Okay.
That was something that we kind of wanted to do to set ourselves apart from other lounges in the area. So that's what we got going.
Okay. Now, where are you guys based out of?
So we are based out of Ingleside, Illinois,
Hmm.
which is near Fox Lake.
Yeah, I know that's that. So, so how did you guys? Let's get into the cigar journey between you two guys. How did you guys get into smoking cigars? Like, and what was your first cigar?
Um, well, I smoked cigars back, when I was like 18 and 18, 19, 20s. And kind of the natural progression. You start out, your first one is a Swisher Sweet, and you kind of progress from there, and um,
As a cigar, you
you
get a
just
can.
kind of find things and kind of experiment with. Oh, hey, this is something different. And you go check it out and see what it is. Then there was a stretch of time when um, my my wife at the time, she didn't like me smoking cigars, so I quit.
Hmm.
And then I got back into smoking uh, going on almost 4 years ago. So I moved back up to the area because I lived in Southern Illinois,
Okay.
and finally, finally kind of got settled with things and was able to start doing some of the things I enjoyed. So I decided to get back into smoking cigars, and then
Okay.
I brought him along.
Oh, use the influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's such a good influence.
Now, how did you gentlemen start this journey? How did you start? Because when I see, so I'll be on IG, man. I saw you in Buffalo Cigars, which is one of my favorite. It's like Buffalo Cigars. I see you in Philly. You're here. You're there. Like you're all over the place, man. So
Well,
how did you
that's
guys?
partially, yeah, that's partially because of me. Because right now, my full time job, I travel a lot for work.
Okay.
And when we were out in Buffalo, we were actually out there with the Smoking Dram Society, which is a cigar club that we're part of.
Okay.
And so that was kind of our first time. Everybody that went, that was our first time meeting face to face, not just over like Zoom or whatever.
Okay.
So that's what brought us out there. But we kind of got into this. We were sitting talking one night, and Sam actually he owns a car detailing business,
Okay.
and we were just kind of like, we need something else to do. Sam's like, well, you like cigars, you know a good amount about cigars. Why don't we start a lounge? I'm like, really? Like you want? I mean, that's kind of a big deal. That's there's a lot going into it to get that taken care of.
Hmm. And I imagine because I'm from Chicago, so I imagine the regulations that Illinois puts on you has got to be like really stringent. It got to be tight.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing is, so first we kind of jumped into it and we're just like, all right, well, let's do this. So
Hmm.
my sister's a retailer, or a realtor,
Okay.
and so I was like, hey, this is what Sam and I want to do. Can you get us into some places to? And this is before we knew everything required for having a lounge.
Hmm.
Um, and actually, really not having a lounge, but being allowed to have a business to allow smoking indoors.
Yeah.
Um, So because Illinois has the Smoke-Free Illinois Act,
Yeah, yeah.
which most states have a variation of it. With they don't allow smoking indoors in restaurants anymore. So
Yeah, and I know in Chicago you can't even smoke like near a park anymore. Like you
right.
can't walk past the park and smoke or anything. Grammar schools, none of that.
So we got into looking, and one of the first places that we looked at was it was a building in like a shopping center. So several suites together, and we're like, okay, well, this is kind of cool. It had enough room, and the guy was willing to work with us to do certain things, and I was like, okay, let me look into what I need to do on our end,
Mhm.
and we'll let you know because the place was decent. Well, when you think of a cigar lounge, you think of a bar, you think of maybe some higher end food or whatever.
Mhm.
But we just wanted cigars and liquor. That was going to be our thing. And
Mhm.
if you allow smoking indoors, you cannot serve liquor. You can't serve food. That's part of that whole act from 2009 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, well, now we got to switch it up. So the town of Fox Lake is where we were going to be because it's literally 2 minutes down the road from my house, which is where we're at. And they're like, well, we could do a BYOB, and that's fine. I said, okay. So we're going to go that whole route and, then start looking at buildings. So the buildings, we had one that we were trying to go after, and did a business plan, tried to get a small business loan through a bank to help us out. They turned us down for the reasoning of, well, we looked in the area and we saw other places that are similar to what you're doing. And I said, no, you didn't, because there's not up here. So they wouldn't work with us to get the loan. So then we're like, okay, we lost the building. And we really didn't do that. So we decided, because in the business plan, we were planning to have a mobile lounge after we kind of got started and situated.
Mhm.
So we're like, well, let's just work backwards and start with the mobile lounge and go from there and look at down the road getting the actual physical building again. So that's where we're at now.
I mean, because we got in a show coming up Monday with a guy with a mobile lounge, and he was like, well, he's from North Carolina. They're a little bit more lenient, but he was like, the overhead's cheaper. The only person he got to pay is himself. So that's the easiest way he found to get started. Was doing
Right.
it that way.
Well,
And if you hear a lot of noise, because I'm in the lounge, and
yeah.
one of the people in the lounge, a coworker, is a dickhead. So he's trying to distract me, trying to trying to throw me off over here. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
At first, I thought it was a TV.
No, see, I can't smoke inside. So normally I do it outside. But I'm like, the sun's all bright and everything, and the cigar lounge has liquor, so I don't have to keep going inside.
There you go.
All right, what
So,
was you about to say?
well, and it is cheaper to a point. Um, but what's gotten us is the RV that we've purchased.
Mhm.
We're like, okay, we'll rip out just what we need to rip out and replace whatever panels need to be replaced from holes in the wall, because this is wood, really thin wood paneling. So when you screw into it, it's just a hole, and you can't really patch it because
Mhm.
this paneling is covered with with wallpaper.
Mhm.
So if you patch it, it looks really stupid because most of what we took off the wall, it's going to be an open wall anyway. Ooh, excuse me, open wall anyways. So we're like, okay, well, we'll stick to just basically the passenger side of the RV and just start ripping out. And we started ripping out, and everything was going good. When we bought this RV, the person we bought it from had told us that there was roof damage, but they had fixed it. And when we looked at it, we didn't see any kind of, there was nothing soft. There was no panels that were, deteriorating, at least from what we could see. So we got into it, and then we started ripping down the headliner. And because the headliner is like a fabric, almost kind of like the consistency of what's on a tennis ball.
Mm-hmm.
So we ripped that down because obviously you don't want cloth in a lounge type setting.
Yeah, because
So,
they're gonna do nothing but hold the smoke and stain and all that. So
right.
yeah.
So we get over to the driver's side, which is the side that had the damage, and then we saw rotted ceiling panels. So since that runs all the way down the driver's side, which the bathroom is on the driver's side, and we didn't want to touch the bathroom, we then had to rip everything out. And now we're in the process of trying to get the panels replaced and figure out a good way to do it and a cost-effective way to do it. And we've got, which we didn't know until afterwards, the driver and passenger side, the windows, they had a current active leak. So we had to find where that was coming in and seal that up, at least to stop more coming in. And so now we've been in a holding pattern for a little bit to get it done. But now that things have kind of calmed down with me at work, I'm more on a regular schedule, not craziness. We can start getting back into finishing up and getting things done.
See what I like about the mobile cigar lounge, and I was telling my other buddy from House Nine Cigars, what I like about it is you actually get to go out, you get to meet the people, you go into places, and I think it might be easy to build a relationship if you're going to the people and you're getting to see them and they're getting to shake hands and they're getting to talk.
Right.
I think that's a lot easier than if you sit in the lounge and you got like 30, 40 people in the lounge and you're trying to remember this person. I think that's a little bit easier. Plus, you go to the lounge. You're in the mobile lounge comes to you. So I think that's a convenience thing as well. But I'm about to ask you this question. With gas prices being what they are, how does that affect the business?
Well, we fortunately and unfortunately we haven't gotten going. So as far as gas prices, it's not really going to affect us until we actually get rolling. But basically, what's going to have to happen is somehow we're going to have to build in kind of a gas fee of some sort. Where actually what some do is they, and I've gone and looked at other ones. What they do is they build in like over a certain amount of miles, they build in a surcharge for, like if it's over 40 miles away, then it's so much. And really that kind of recoups some of your gas money. So it's one of those things that, if it keeps going the way it's going, we're obviously going to have to revisit that and figure out, the best way to accommodate that and try not to put it on our customers in a bad way. So
let's talk about supply. Did you find it easy to find people that would supply you, or was that difficult, or like say, okay, so you're gonna do cigars, you're gonna do cigar accessories as well.
Yep.
So did you find it easy to like find people that could supply that, or was it like a difficult search?
Actually, like wholesalers for accessories and stuff, they're easy to find.
What about cigars?
Cigars, I mean, they're usually if they are wholesalers for the accessories, they usually sell cigars as well.
Okay.
You know, you just before they sell to you, you have to have all the licensing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
obviously not going to sell to you if you don't. Luckily, most of what we're going to carry and what we're going to focus on is boutique brand cigars.
Okay.
So with those, you get to deal directly with the maker, and you know it's you don't have to go through a wholesaler. You just buy it directly from them. We will have the Drew Estate and some of those and some name brands that people know and love, because not everybody's going to be open to trying something new and different if it's not something that's mainstream and they see in their stores or houses.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people are brand specific. They're brand loyal. Um,
Right,
Me,
exactly.
I don't have that problem. I just if it's good, I smoke it. Everything from Pravada to AJ Fernandez. I mean, I got favorites, but I like to
Right,
give everything a try.
right. So right now in stock we have Belladonna. We have from her we have Ace, King, and Queen.
Okay.
Um, we have some stuff from OM Cigars, which is so the way he does his, they don't really have names. They are he refers to them as essential blend 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. I think there's 6 of them. So we have 1, 2, and 4, and then he's out of New Jersey. Belladama's out of the Tampa area. Legion Concepts, he's out of Elkhart, Indiana, and we've got all 3 of his, which is one is called the Magnus. One is his new one, which is a Corona, and he's got a Lancero. And then we have Espinal Puro. We have all 5 out of his line, and he's out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Natoro Cigars, which he's a Marine vet. He's out of Illinois. And he's got 2, one's in Maduro and one's in Connecticut. I feel like I'm missing one.
OM Cigars.
No, I just said OM.
Traficante.
Oh yes, and we just got our shipment of Traficante cigars. So
Okay.
Traficante, the owner is former police,
Yeah.
and they're out of Alabama.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot more that we're going to add. Plus, we have our own, and which ours is made by Ultimo Cigars. I don't know if you've heard of them. He's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay. Okay. Because I was me and my buddy looking. We eventually we're gonna get our own blend as well. And hold on for a second. Oh, Josh, another beer, please. It's a little empty over here.
You have a
Yeah, yes I do.
damn, buddy. You got your own butler over there?
No. Look. He's sitting here bothering me. So while he bothering me, I think you might as well put him to work. Y'all can't see him. You can't see him. But yeah, he's definitely bothering me. Like he didn't see, but he just threw a bunch of matches on me that I'm still getting off me. And he asked me, oh, here go another one. He asked me, did I need any matches? So that's the type of reception that I get here. Very helpful, and I'm not getting the bottle from down there.
Finish that.
Yeah, it's finished. You really just had me. You really made this guy. So anyway, Oh yeah, I work here at this lounge part time. I've been smoking cigars for a while, but he's like actually like teaching me the ropes and the regions, and I'm meeting a lot of what do we call it, cigar reps and everything. So
Right.
Nice.
so we actually gonna have a rep from my father up here soon on the show. So I'm meeting a lot of. We gonna have the lady from the Drunken Chicken on the show. So like yeah,
Okay.
we just yeah. So but that me and my buddy we was sitting around smoking cigars, and I think one of my other friends was listening. He's like, "Damn, y'all funny. Y'all should start a podcast." I'm like, you know what? Damn right. That's what we should do, man. Because we
Right.
eventually we want our own blend. I have in my head the type of blend that I want. But yeah. So as I talk to like you guys and other people that's getting into it, like it really like if anybody listen, if you're on the fence, when you listen to these guys and they go out there and they do it, and you like it makes you want to do it. Like well, I could do that. I don't
Yeah.
know about the lounge. I don't know about the lounge, but definitely a cigar.
Right. Yeah. The thing is it was a really cool experience with Ultimo. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know how others are, but at least with Ultimo, what he does is he kind of gets an idea of what you're looking for, what your favorite, what are some of your favorite brands is one of the questions that he asked. What are some of your favorite specific cigars? And if you have any favorite leaf or anything like that you are kind of drawn to when you pick your cigar. So then what he does is he'll go out and if you list 5 or 6 different cigars that are like your favorite cigar that you're looking for, not necessarily every day, but if you see it there, you're going to buy it and you're going to say, yeah, hey, I might have 2 of these in my humidor, but I need a few more, so I'm going to grab them. He'll go out and he'll buy them for himself and pick up on what comes out of it, and then he'll go to his tobacco and try to match specific flavors, especially if you call out specific things that you're looking for. Um, and then he'll make a blend, and he'll do it. He'll do it two. He'll do 2 finished blends. So, like in our case, we have a Mexican San Andreas wrapper, and the other one was a Maduro wrapper. So then what he does is whatever he uses for the filler, he puts all the leaves in a plastic bag, and then the the other sample that he has in there is with the filler and the binder. So he gives you a page of instructions, says, okay, start with whatever one that you want. You roll up that specific leaf and you smoke that leaf.
Okay.
You know, pick up on what you taste with the leaf, what you like, and then basically go through the next whatever. Then you smoke obviously the one that has the filler with the binder, and then you'll smoke the finished ones with the wrappers. And if after that, if you like what you have, you just tell them, hey, this is it. This is the one that I want. Go ahead and make it. Um, Now, for a business, it's a different cost than if you go in and you say, okay, I want one for myself. If you're going to turn around and resell it, that's a different story. So, um, but if you're doing it for yourself, then you can turn around and it's you buy it by a minimum of what would be a box of 20. I think he does bundles of 20.
Okay.
So then you would pay whatever the cost is for that box. We have to buy a minimum of 100. So it's a little different, and we obviously buy fresh.
So
It's
how
a
many
cool process.
how many blends you guys got so far? Just one or how many?
Yeah,
I mean, you
this
said
is
two, right?
this,
You said
this is
I
our
said Andreas and
only.
the Maduro.
Well, so when he sent out the tasting for us to try, one was wrapped in a Maduro and one was wrapped in a standard red.
Uh,
So the one we chose to go with is with the San Andreas wrapper.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, would you what would you pair your cigar with? Like, say, guys in the whiskey.
Okay.
What do you think would be a great adult beverage to pair your cigar with?
Well, I personally have a couple that I would pair it with. Um, one would be Deadling.
Mhm.
That's out of Alabama, and the other would be Smoke Wagon. Um, really, any of the three. They have a small batch. They have a straight bourbon, and then they have an uncut, unfiltered.
Yeah.
So any one of those three in their line, I feel goes really well with. I don't know about Sam. I'm sure he agrees with Smoke Wagon. That's kind of one of our favorites.
Yeah, yeah. Because I definitely like to pair my own cigars, but since it's not quite 12 yet, I decided not to do the bourbon. I decided to go light and just do beer. I'm trying to show some strength. this is this is me adulting everybody. So let's be proud of that. So
I'm
so
smoking this one right now with some coffee.
Yes.
It is good.
Yeah. So
see, my
and
problem is it's weird because I don't like. I would drink a stout beer. I would have a coffee flavored cigar. But as for me drinking coffee, I cannot drink coffee. I don't know. It's just something I
I'm
just not.
I'm not a huge. Most of the time when I drink coffee is on the weekend. When I'm home, like I said, I'm on the road, and so to me, coffee is like a relaxing thing. You know, you're sitting at home Saturday morning, Sunday morning, whatever. You just kind of moving around, getting going, and so that's really the only time I drink coffee. So this is actually the first time that I'm actually drinking coffee with a cigar. Period.
Really?
Yeah, I've never had coffee and a cigar together. And everybody that I talk to, they're like, it's the greatest thing ever. And I wouldn't say it's the greatest thing ever, but it's definitely getting a different flavor from the cigar than what I get, you know, if it's bourbon or whatever. So you're getting little bit more of the sweetness out of the cigar than what you would with a bourbon or a whiskey or rum or whatever you call it.
Uh, so hold on, let me because I'm in an awkward position because I didn't put the table right here. Uh, so what do you? So you guys thinking about like just selling your cigars exclusively or putting them in the lounges or?
Um, well, I know I don't know, you had a lead, didn't you?
Yeah. We were. I had. We would like to have them in other cigar shops, but normally we made our cigar just for a lounge. But because everybody started hearing about our cigar, it just went crazy.
No, we had a I don't know if you've seen any of her stuff on Instagram, but it's uh,
Yeah, I'm
Rose
a
Gold
follower.
cigar. Huh?
I said, we definitely followers. We follow you guys.
Okay. So we did a Rose Gold cigar review. We did a IG live with her.
We got a show coming up
Um,
with her tomorrow. So yeah.
and she's up in Appleton, Wisconsin, which
Hmm.
is like what, 3 hours from
3 hours
here?
away.
Um, and she talked to her owner, the owner of the lounge she works at, and he had the cigar, and he said he wanted somebody. I got to email him again and see if he still wants some. So, um, the thing is because of who we go through, and it's he buys his own tobacco. He doesn't grow it, so he has to go and buy it, and you're paying for the individual quality of the cigar, you know. And people are like, how can you charge that much for a cigar that nobody's heard of? Well, I understand, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, what I pay for wholesale, I've got to recoup some of that cost somehow to buy another round of cigars.
Mm.
So, you know, I've got to charge what I've got to charge to, you know, it's a business. It's not, you know, I'm not selling to a buddy and just saying, hey, you know, I got a couple of these cigars, you can buy one off of me. It's, you know, we're trying to make a business and trying to make money off of it. So, um, it's been fairly well received with, you know, people that we know that have tried it, and um, I mean, yeah, we're kind of partial to it, but I mean, it's one of my favorites. You know, it's you know, in the top three, but you know, that's partially maybe because we lean that way. It's our cigar, and it holds a special part of us because we went through the process. But um, the best way I can, if you had any, pretty much any Plasencia cigars,
Yeah,
okay, have you had the Alma del Fuego?
yeah, I've had all of them. That's one of my favorites, though. That's
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorites.
So have you had the CAO V21?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So if you smoke a V21
Mm-hmm.
and think of an Alma del Fuego, it's almost like those two cigars are combined together in what we have. So you get
See,
a little bit of the pepperiness on the back end. It's not very heavy, doesn't hit hard. It just kind of stays there and just kind of stays mellow.
I
Now,
got
when
one in here.
drinking
What do
this
I get?
coffee, the pepper's not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, um, you know, you really get it when you smoke it by itself, or you smoke it with bourbon or whiskey or something. Um, but yeah, the with the coffee, the pepper's not there, which is kind of crazy.
And see, I'm
Um,
really a peppery dude, so I definitely would do it with bourbon. So let me ask you guys a question. Oh, we're gonna take your cigar off the table. What is your go-to cigar?
That's a long list.
well,
You walk in, you just like, okay, let's say I know, so because for me it's like that too. Sometimes it depends on the mood I'm in. Let's just say you walk in and you're trying to relax. Just a stick you're gonna smoke to relax with. What would it be?
For me, technically, it's the line of Traficante. All those are fabulous cigars, no matter what you pick. But out of that whole line, that would be probably El Chapo.
he's just trying to pay homage to, you know, his motherland.
But you know, same thing with you know, you got the Leather Rose.
Mm.
That's a good cigar too.
Should have brought this around. But see, mine, I have a couple kind of go-tos. Um, there is one which I don't know. Some people have heard of it, some people haven't. Called Cigar Honeys, and they have a couple that are, they have cherry, coffee. They have a couple others. They have a vanilla and something else. I really like their cherry one, and I'm not a big infused cigar person, but there's a few that I'll smoke. Um, there's one. It's made by Allure Cigars, and they're out of Minneapolis, and it's called Uncle Nearest. So it's infused with Uncle Nearest bourbon,
It's one of my
and
favorite bourbons.
it's a phenomenal cigar just to sit there and exactly like you said, just relax.
I gotta find that now. Now you're gonna make me. I'm looking for that one now. Um. So let's go to the lounges again. We're taking your lounge out of it. Let's say aesthetically, like what is the the lounge you saw that you was like, wow, this lounge looks really great. That would be that lounge for you.
Mm.
See, unfortunately, we don't have a lot up here.
No. But I think of all the lounges, probably we only been to probably what four.
Hmm.
There's one that is the one that I saw that's like holy shit, you know. It's in Indiana. The one that we went to with already.
Oh, Karma Bar
Yeah, Carmen Bar.
or Karma Cigar Lounge. They're out of um they're in Indiana. Trying to think of the town. Well, he's in Hobart or near Hobart, but it's
Yeah.
not. Close that off. I think we got enough draw between the two windows. One that I mean, Karma Bar was nice. But there's one that's in Waukegan. That's called the Cuban Experience.
See, I've been to Waukegan. I got a buddy got a house in Waukegan. When I come back, I'm gonna go visit him. So I'm gonna have to check that out. I didn't know Waukegan had
Yeah,
well, when I went to Waukegan, I went into cigars like this, so I wouldn't know. But I'm gonna have to check
It's
them out.
right there by. It's on Genesee Street.
Okay, I'm gonna check them out.
it's actually it's almost right next door to the Genesee Theater. It's like it's in that same group of buildings.
Okay, I check them out. And let's talk about cigar weeks. You guys going to anything? Anything planned?
We are going to right now. We're going to go to. There's a cigar fest in Martinsville, Indiana, and
Okay.
it's all boutique brand cigars. So OM Cigars is going to be there. Um, Nova Cigars is going to be there, which is another brand that we're going to carry.
Really? I definitely want to talk to her.
Yeah,
I like her. We sell some here. I like her cigars.
yeah. So we're going to carry them. I have to look at the list. I don't remember who else is going to be there. I wish Eric from Black Star Line was going to be there because I mean I've talked to him back and forth and I've seen him on Zooms and stuff like that. But
Uh,
he'd be a cool dude to actually meet in person. I love his cigars too. The I've got that's the one we should see next. I've got a his his main one is called War Witch, and oh, well, you know where my keys are. I don't have my keys.
so when is the cigar week supposed to happen?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said, when is today's cigar week happening?
That is August 12th and 13th.
Okay. Okay. I know we got something happening in the DMV area uh and Cigar International. They're suppose they're having theirs. It's gonna be free. They're gonna throw it. They said they're gonna extend it to a month. It's gonna be free because they haven't been able to do the last couple.
Right.
Definitely go up to there and Black Smoke Week because I want to go there in February. My only problem with that is you already know when you go someplace warm and then you come back and it's cold. It really makes you want to get back on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's one down near Miami, and that's in February. I think we're gonna shoot for that. Because who that was? I forgot who it was put on by. Was it Drew Estate? Yeah, it was Drew Estate.
Okay.
Drew Estate puts it on, and they had all sorts of cool stuff to give away. I don't know if they've actually put out an IG post. The spray can lighter that they have.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but this one that they gave out in at that event is all like a bunch of different colors. And it's kind of cool, like a lime green and stuff like that. So this one, the new one, is like black and gray, and which is okay. I like the colorful one better. I'll put that
We like
in.
running to y'all down there. We'll definitely be down in Miami in February. We're gonna be down there shooting and doing some interview definitely. Um, but yeah, what I tell people about the cigar culture is it's crazy. Like, and I say this every show. It doesn't matter what you do, where you work at. When you sit down in that lounge, everybody is on the same level. You have great conversations. It's like the cigar lounge is the new barber shop. We used to do that in the barber shop. We sit down
Right.
and talk shit. But now you got it in the cigar lounge, and it's great. And you got women coming in now. They joining the fray, and like it's just all around just great conversations.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the thing is when I got back into cigars, actually one of the first cigar groups I got into is I'm part of several of them is barrel burners.
I was with
Um,
them too. I still got
so
my patch.
yeah, so I got into barrel burners, and then I saw ash holes, and so I got into ash holes. My brother was also a member of ash holes, which I didn't know at the time, but I brought him into barrel burners. He was there for a little bit, and then he left, and then he joined the Smoke and Dram Society. So he brought me over to Smoke and Dram Society, and I've joined a couple more since then. So then I've got that and Devil's Enclave and the Hooligans. I think that's it.
I got a couple buddies in Hooligans and Ash Hole Club. I still might join. Was it Fat Boys? I think I might join them. I like what they're doing over there on that side. Um, but like I said, man, it's cool. Like for instance, me and my buddies. Like I'm here. I still got buddies in Chicago. My
Right.
co-host, my brother, he's in Kansas. I got another brother in Ohio, and we could just jump on and just
Right.
go into the Zoom conference, and we can have a cigar and talk shit like we're sitting right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And
But I'll tell you something. That's the thing. That's the good thing about having a cigar, that you're smoking and you're having amazing conversation with the bottle of alcohol. Doesn't matter if it's whiskey or bourbon. You're having a good night.
But yeah, it's very relaxing too, man. It's like nobody, like no matter, like when I get off work on my weekend, I smoke in my work car. I head home, I'm smoking. I might be listening to some old R&B, some classic rock or something. I'm in my zone. I get home. No matter what happens when I get home, it doesn't pull me out of my zone. Like, oh man, the AC leaking again. Yeah, I throw some towels now. Like I would tell you, and I'll be so focused, right? I have my cigar. I'll be so focused. I will pass the gas station until the next day. I'm
right.
like, I got a quarter of a tank. I can put something in tomorrow.
I can make it.
I'm going to the gas station right across the street. I'm going home. I'm finna pour me some bourbon and finish off the cigar. And I'll see you tomorrow, gas station.
Yep.
Yeah, I've done that once. I was smoking my truck, and all of a sudden I looked down, and I was at I was between a quarter and empty. I was like, oh, and I was on the interstate, so it's not like, it's not like I was just in a town or whatever, and I could just find one quick. I'm like, oh shit, I got to waste, and it's one of the places that I drive to normally for work, so I kind of know how far apart things are. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be tight.
And that's when you think, I'm like, man, this is a too fucking good cigar to put out.
I'd say this though, it helps me with traffic, man. For some reason, people, and I know y'all gonna be mad at me on the East Coast, but they do not know how to merge, man. And I just be driving, and they jump over, and I'm like, they okay.
Yeah.
I went to Chicago, and I was driving with my girl, and I drive different in Chicago. She said, oh my goodness, you never drove like that before. And I'm like, well, when you're in Chicago, you got to drive accordingly.
Right.
we not letting you over. You got to
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah. If you see a spot and you want to get over, you got to get over. You got to go now. You check. If you think that you can fit, just go. You're not gonna. You might make somebody mad, but you know what? They'll let you in if you just go.
Yeah, you think they're gonna let you in. You think, oh, they're slowing down. No, they're gonna speed right back up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling everybody that once you go to Chicago, New York, LA, it's like that. You gotta get in there. Ain't nobody letting you.
It's so. I've got a full size pickup that I drive, and to be on 94, 294, whatever, and all of a sudden you check and you're like, oh yeah, I got plenty of room. You can see clear. You can see road, and then you can see the car that's in that lane so you can get over. No sooner you turn on your blinker, all of a sudden you look in your mirror again, and you don't see road between, that car and you, and you're just like, just 2 seconds ago, because they sped up, and I'm like, okay, here I go. I don't care. You sped up. I had time. I'm going.
Somebody gonna win this.
Yeah, and it's usually going to be me because I'm bigger.
All right, well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, gentlemen.
You
Um,
too, man.
give the people your info. Where can they reach y'all at?
Well, we have Instagram, and hopefully I'll be able to get it back on my tablet. I don't know what that'll happen, but the Cigar Buddah Lounge on Instagram and Facebook. The Cigar Buddah Lounge at hotmail.com. That's our email. The Cigar Buddah is our website. So currently, that's our cigar is on there. But what has happened now that we have all of our licensing and everything squared away? We have all of our inventory of our cigars. So basically, we just call up Ultima. We say, hey, we're ready for another round of 100 or whatever they make them, send them to us. So until the website gets squared away, because we had to do some, they got to do verification that your website is safe to use and this and that and other, especially if you're using a credit card to pay. So we had to get through some stuff there. So once that gets squared away, then everything, our the cigars that we currently have in inventory, all that will be up for itself and will ship directly from my house. So that's there. If they want a cigar that we currently have, or they're interested in buying some cigars, they can send a message to the Instagram page, and we'll get it taken care of. We'll get it payment figured out, and we'll get it shipped out as quickly as possible. We also have a giveaway going on, or giveaway raffle, whatever you want to. It's 200 spots, and it's $20 a spot. If you want to buy 5 of them, you buy 5 of them. If you want to buy one, you buy one. But once it fills it, unfortunately, it's been going on for a little while. Some people kind of kick around and like, oh, what makes your cigar worth this much? There's going to be 2 winners. 2 people are going to win 10 cigars. So for $20 for a cigar that's $14 a cigar, you're getting 10 of them. So
I spent more on cigars that was like less worthy.
right.
So I've never I'm like, if you're gonna, like, say you buy, okay, one for to go buy 2 of these and they $10 a piece, you paying $20. So you know what I'm saying? Just
right. Yeah, exactly.
Give somebody a try, man.
So we're doing that, and if someone wants in on that, they can just message us through Instagram, and we'll get it taken care of and get everything sent through. So once the 200 spots fill up, then we'll do an Instagram live to do the giveaway, and then hopefully we can get that going and get people through. So
we got our giveaway going. Announced whenever it be announced soon. We got 2 H Upman coffee mugs for whoever wins.
okay.
So y'all stay tuned for that. That's gonna be on IG Live as well. Like I said, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. We'd love to have you on the show again.
Yep.
We'll be back home July 8th through the 11th. know what I'm saying? We might bump into y'all somewhere
Yeah.
in the
Yep.
area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Look us up, and if nothing's going on, we'll definitely we'll get something figured out.
Oh, definitely. We're gonna bring the camera too. We gonna y'all gonna get to enjoy us being out there acting a fool.
There you
That
go.
works, man. That works.
But yo, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys as always. I'm your local hero reminding you blow your smoke like a goddamn gentleman. We out.
Later.
Later, brother.